Hello everyone, welcome back to Podcast On Wheelz, episode number 42. As we settle in today's episode, please sit back and enjoy the show. These are our Podcast On Wheelz topics. First bullet point, highlighter break.
Highlighter break. Now, we've been wanting to film a podcast for the past 4 days, but a lot of stuff happened, so we have so much interesting and horrible things to talk about, which is just absolutely wonderful.
Keep in mind, it's only been 4 days.
Yep. 4 days. And so, this is not nowhere near the absolute worst thing on the list. But William was in his chair, and he was in English class, and I was in English class too.
So was I.
Class. Sorry, I said clash. Like twice. Sorry about that. But we were sitting down, and William rolled over, and I highlighted, and I just hear a crack, and we were, yeah, what was that? And I was like, what the hell? And it busted. There was green stuff on the floor. It was busted in half, and it got some highlighter Sharpie got on William's fingers, and he tried washing his hands for the past 3 minutes, and it did not get off. So that was a fun highlighter moment in English where he apparently busted. But it's like a simple thing, so what's the next bullet point?
Friend broke her phone.
Friend broke her phone. So, this is kind of a cool story / crazy story. So, I heard this from my friend Nicole over the 12-day spring break. I was like, why are you getting a new phone? Didn't you have the iPhone 15?
Really?
It's a good reason that it broke. So, she had the iPhone 15 for like 3 months, and it wasn't that good, and she didn't realize it anyway. Titanium looked so bland on that thing. But I was like, how did you break your phone? And she, it kind of slipped, and then it fell off a building, off a balcony, and it fell off a really, really, really tall building. It cracked all the way, split in half, cracked the whole screen, the whole battery was missing, and the whole phone was demolished. It fell at least, I don't know how much feet. It was like huge, a huge building, and it fell off a whole building. So that's how she broke her phone, and she's getting a new phone because someone bought it for her, which is very nice. But it fell off a balcony or a really tall building. So
How did it fall?
I don't know. It like slipped or something, and it fell off. I was like, what? Yeah, no.
No, don't do that. Just buy
So that's the next bullet point.
Okay, the next bullet point is the principal has cancer.
So if you didn't hear Doc, our principal got diagnosed with cancer.
We don't know what type of cancer.
We don't know what type of cancer, and he started chemotherapy last Friday.
Hmm?
He got diagnosed last week. So we have not been able to see Dr. Moody for quite a while. Because he has cancer. His cancer is an 80% survival rate, so he has a 20% chance of passing away, which is very sad, but 80% is quite high, really high, better circumstances for my cancer.
Yeah.
But that still sucks. He's so young.
Yeah.
He's not even 30.
Yeah,
What the hell? I mean, when I heard the news, because Mr. Neighbors, my first period teacher, was like, well, he just wanted us to read this email out loud. It's very important, so please be quiet. I was like, okay. Like, the principal has cancer. And my jaw, I was like, cancer? I was shocked because our principal actually got diagnosed with cancer, has 80% survival rate, and is doing rounds of chemotherapy. He's hoping to be back before college seniors graduate, which is in July something? June, I think.
July.
Yeah, June, I think. But he's hoping to be back because he's dealing with chemotherapy and the symptoms of cancer. So I already sent him an email wishing him the best of luck in his recovery. He had a medical procedure last week.
By April 7th.
Yes, he's been barely diagnosed for not even 2 weeks. Bless his heart.
Creepy.
Oh, God, this creeps me out. I wonder how he's doing. But I sent him my condolences, well wishes. Said, I hope your medical procedures go well and your chemotherapy. It's tough. It sucks that he's gone through that at such a young age. And I wish him the best of recovery, and I hope he's doing well now. I might send him an email later on. I don't know. Haven't stacked up on him in like a couple days, so I will do that. What's the next bullet point?
The next bullet point is Donny's cancer got worse.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. My cancer got worse. This is a very alarming sign because 1 month ago I already had bumped up to more cancer, like way worse. My cancer journey started, I don't know what date, but it didn't even start 2 months ago. So not even 2 months ago I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastoma, which is which is a very rare cancer, a very fast, aggressive type cancer that affects the white blood cells and stuff that is able to affect my immune system.
So you're basically already immunocompromised.
I'm immunocompromised already, on top of cancer treatments, chemo, which already knocks down and destroys my immune system, meaning I could get pneumonia, more and more cancers on top of acute lymphoblastoma, which is not good. I could get pneumonia again. I could go into a medically induced coma or just a coma. I can go into much worse than anything you might think of. So I think a couple days ago, like we're talking 3 days ago, I got a distressing phone call from my doctor. And he said, Donny, I would like to speak to you on the phone. And I was like, okay, yeah. And I was calling him, and he called me, and whatever. It was like from weekly appointments about how my health's doing. And 1 month ago, instead of 50 rounds I was supposed to do for my original cancer diagnosis, I know I was up to 40, right?
Same.
Yeah. So me and Doc were at 40 rounds.
I had to do 50.
So you had to do 50, and I was at 40. I was like, okay, I'm better than Doc. Boom. And that was almost 2 months ago. But 40 rounds of chemo would have taken 40 weeks, which is almost a year. But we have now moved down. Like, I think 3 weeks ago we moved down to the regimen of 4 days. Every 4 days we get a round of chemo. So it would be less than a year. But it would be more now. With Doc's and I circumstances, how many rounds do you have? 60?
50. Yeah, 60, yeah.
Did she have 50?
60.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I had 60 and I was already 9 bigger. Like 10 bigger. Doc, you had 50.
60. My doctor said I went up.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
When?
A couple days ago. I told y'all I had 60 a couple days ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay, well, doctor's at 60 rounds, which already takes a very long time of 4 days, which already takes like 200 plus days to get through, which is already almost a year. I have Tony higher than that, and just 3 rounds extra takes an extra almost 2 weeks more. Not 20.
Yeah.
Oof. That's not good. And so I was originally at 60 a month ago, and now I'm up to 80. Which is not good, because ever since round 3 or 5, I've been just experiencing fevers, chills, headaches, weight loss, muscle pain, on and off headaches, dizziness, nausea, fatigue.
Exactly, you've been experiencing so freaking much.
I've been experiencing a lot of symptoms over the course of a couple of days. And I'm only on round 8. I need 72 more rounds of chemotherapy left, and that alone will take maybe close to a year.
Damn.
And I'm already almost 2 months into my chemotherapy journey, because in total I've done like 10 rounds, but I had to restart because I was sick. But they're no longer doing that. They're like, we gotta pump 1 round of chemo every 4 days. So every 16 days I get 4 rounds, which is half a month. And so every month I get 8 rounds. And you're like, wow, Donny, that's much better progress than 2 months when I was supposed to get a chemo on every week. I'm getting one every 4 days because I want to get it over with and fast. But my chemotherapy journey will be a year long. I know that. I think it will be a year long, my cancer journey, before I ever go back in remission. Meaning you only have to take barely a couple shots and never go through chemotherapy and just be in remission. Basically, quote-unquote, cancer-free for that time. But if it comes back, you're screwed. You have cancer. And now I had cancer at the age of 20 years old, and I suffered with it till 36. So I was 16 years cancer. In a human year, that's 13 years of my life. So I went through over a human year of cancer treatments, chemo, vomiting, pain, weight loss, feeding tube. And then 2 years later, when I was in remission, I got diagnosed with spinal muscular atrophy. And then 20 years later, I have cancer again. So I went 20 years with no cancer, and I was blessed. And now I have cancer again, and I'm getting to feel what that feels like again. Which is so wonderful. But my doctor gave me a phone call saying, Donny, you have lost I don't remember what he said. He, like, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, I lost 17 stone. Which is not a good thing. That's very, very bad. And then I lost 24 stone. I was at 24 stone lost 3 weeks ago, and that's when I started losing half a stone a day 3 weeks ago. So probably up to 40 stone lost, which is not good. And I do not advise that you lose that much. It's very terrible. So I lost over 40 stone. I'm now up to 80 rounds, and I don't know how I'm going to come with this, I'm going to take this, how it's going to go. I have 80 rounds, and it's getting worse. My symptoms are... go ahead. What do they need? Does he need more Kool-Aid or something? Our dad probably needs more Kool-Aid. So, it's been getting worse, and don't know how I will handle it. Because it is 80 rounds of chemotherapy, which that's the most I've ever had. My friend Emmie has gone through a bunch of chemo, and for one cancer she needed 300 rounds. I would never wish that on my worst enemy. That's just hell, to be honest. And so I feel like I'm way luckier than Emmie, but for me right now, I'm at a very bad place. Physically, probably mentally too. So I've been losing a lot of weight and getting worse. And getting more chemo rounds and not doing well at all. So it's my cancer. Lost over 40 stone. Got more chemo rounds and stuff. What did he need?
He just needed some pack of cigarettes, and Mom wants to put one a Coke in the freezer.
Okay, so basically down about my cancer journey, or my cancer got worse. What's the next bullet point?
Weird pets.
Well, I'm talking a lot. Weird pets. So, pets. What's this one? No, pet. So, we were talking about pets in Mr. Neighbors because they were on, like, the little family thing and what you have. Like, we have a project, family tree project.
Charlie?
Oh my gosh, she's so fucking weird. I love her, though. But, my friend John... Oh, God. It's another story with John. That he's like, who has pet? Oh, God. Oh, who has pet rabbits? And and I said, we used to have one. And Mr. Henson, what happened? And Mr. Neighbor said, what happened to it? And he we found them. We kind of took them in, fertilized, fermented or what, and then ate them. And we went, what? And my friend would come in, John, what? Like, he literally dead ass grabbed the rabbit, a very cute, fluffy bee, ate it. His son ate it for yummy dinner one night. And Mr. Neighbor said, what? And you ate it.
And it reminded me, the way you were explaining it reminded me of the, now I've been trying to, like, forgot.
Oh, yeah. But he ate a cute pet rabbit.
Why?
I don't know.
Yeah,
and
dog.
then,
That poor rabbit.
you know Mr. Faircloth?
What dog?
The history teacher?
Oh, no.
Mr. Faircloth. Mr. Neighbors was at his house one time and saw tanks and tanks and tanks, ginormous tanks. I'm talking maybe 8 foot,
Okay.
7 foot tanks
Okay.
full of shrimp.
What?
And the student said, does he eat the shrimp? No. He just stores hundreds and hundreds of shrimpies in ginormous ass tanks
Why?
in his house.
Why?
They're his pets. I don't know why. That was one interesting fact I've never figured out before until now. What's the next bullet point?
My worst chemotherapy round yet.
Alright, go ahead, Doc.
So, this isn't, like, on health-wise. It's mainly more of an annoyance. And the fact...
Health-related.
yeah. But the fact that I might be getting sick, because my voice sounds different. I don't
really think voice.
I kind of hear a difference in my voice the more that I talk, and there's no pain in the back of my throat, but this morning there was pain in the back of my throat, and I normally don't experience that, so I was like, I don't know, maybe it could have been from all the yelling today, so I don't know. You'll probably understand what that is in the next bullet and why. But the reason why this was my worst chemotherapy round yet is this is going to tie into 2 points about annoying stupid syringe and my worst chemo round yet, so 2 points are going to be covered in the story that I'm telling today. So this one is not health related. So far I haven't had any complications with this round,
That's
probably
wonderful.
with maybe a little nausea, but that's,
Lucky.
yeah,
I
that's,
hear it like 6 times.
dang, that sucks. But not in health-wise, don't worry, I'm great, I'm feeling good, except probably for like a tiny sore throat creeping its way in. It's not good.
No.
So, the reason why this is my worst chemotherapy round yet is because of my syringe. And you're probably wondering, how does a...
syringe
Right.
important?
Right, and they're probably wondering, how does a syringe ruin the whole round of chemo? Well, it did for me, ruined my morning. So, me and Emmie were, setting up to vlog a little ASMR thing. We would put all the chemo tubes in, no talking, no commentary and everything. It was like, okay. But then I couldn't find the syringe. So I was like, okay, let's just stop the videoing and let us look for the syringe. And normally it will either be in a catheter box or my diaper bag. We checked those and they weren't there. I checked in the trash can because, hell, it could have even been in there. And then... So I checked the trash can and it's not there, and then I'm like, okay, and then I go onto my cancer bag. I don't find it there either. Then I start getting panicked and, stressed because we only have like 10 minutes left to get me packed up, to get me ready for chemo, and for my wife to head off to college. So we don't have enough time. Here we are frantically looking for a chemo supply because... A lot of you probably don't know how important the syringe is. This syringe is highly important for me and Donny. Because I need it for a whole bit of my chemo, my morning meds, my night meds. Like, I need it for a lot of things. For, like, importing medication into my G-tube. But mainly for my chemo section. In a lot of vlogs, you'll see this little purple tip. And at the end of that purple tip, it's supposed to be the syringe full of the heart medication to run throughout the 8 hours. And that's never really been an issue. And I had thought, okay, the syringe gets lost all the time. It's going to be easy, simple, 1 minute find. No, we spent 11 minutes, 59 seconds looking for that stupid syringe. And you want to know just where it was? It was right under my feet, under my bed, and basically right under my white mat. After all that looking, after damaging our house, after looking through trash bags, catheter bags, diaper bags, we looked through freaking everything, and it had to be under my freaking feet. I'm like, really? And I cannot tell you how freaking annoyed I was. I was literally yelling because it was so dumb. It was idiotic, really. I was like, oh my god, like, I can't find the syringe. We're running really sparse out of time, and it was like 6 minutes, keep in mind.
We left out the door.
Yeah, it was 6 minutes before we had to get our bags packed, Chromebook packed, heading off to the school bus. What? So, no, it was dumb. I was already annoyed. I had pain in my throat. I had a painful, throat. I was, frantic for my chemo. I couldn't find a stupid syringe. I had to get packed up. I was worrying about CPR, doing CPR. And then I was worrying about new things and stuff. And the good thing is I didn't have to do CPR. I might not need to do CPR all week because Miss Brady Cox is going to be out for the full week on a vacation. What? And we have to do all these 10 plus assignments throughout the week. And then Miss Lawson isn't going to be here tomorrow because her air vent thing, I don't know, her air conditioner busted. I don't know.
Wow, Miss Brady didn't have that. My air conditioner busted.
Yeah, and she'll be here on Wednesday, so it's not like a big absence. Miss Brady's going to be down for a whole week, get a vacation. Miss Lawson's only going to be down for 1 day to fix her stupid air conditioner. So that's always fun.
Aww.
So in the next 3 days, 2 of my teachers are going to be gone.
Wow. Oh my god.
Like, what the?
None of mine are.
And Miss Peters is going to be here probably the whole week, but we don't know how that's going to change. So I don't know. We'll keep you updated on that. And I done my river basin project, not in this list, but basically river basin project on Yadkin PD River, and we had to do this whole thing. And we had to accumulate images, resources, and then the final part was doing a voiceover. My friend did that because, obviously my speech, no one's going to understand me. But we basically had to do it outside the way of the hallway. And there's the loud blow dryers. What?
Are you kidding me?
How are you going to do a voiceover when as soon as I started speaking, 5 girls. The Yadkin. Dang it. I would have to restart, and to the point I just kept them in. I don't care. I don't care if you can't hear me. I have to deal with this condition, and how am I going to record the bit? There's...
Listen, you do not realize how fucking loud
it is.
There's people breaking. I'm like, ah!
And we tried to film our bit, and we got halfway done, and then they...
Again.
Over the freaking loud thing. I'm like, oh my god, I can't work in these conditions. So I want to get done with it. I literally increased the audio so people would hear me.
Yeah.
And then would hear Kerr.
Car!
Stupid annoying things. And then I get done with it. I get done with the recording. Bring it back inside. At that point, it was 1:38, so you can tell a lot of class has just gone by, and you were already 18 minutes in lunch. So I just, bring out my tablet because we have tablets in there. Very fortunate to have, by the way. They're fun. They're cool. And then, so she tells us the whole process to submit it, and then we go to this schoolwork, literally just called schoolwork site on that tablet. And it's on the little Apple tablet, so we click it, we upload it, and it's fun. I even have images of it, and I'm not gonna post them anywhere. Probably will, on Instagram or Threads or something. I don't know, depending on where you guys follow us. So yeah, mainly just wanted to talk about my worst chemotherapy, not in health wise. Yeah.
A basin project.
Yeah, and basically a huge rant of a basin project because it's just been a hectic day. It's been an annoying day for sure. Because and I've been having this stupid throat thing as well, the pain in my throat, and I'm like this today. Like I get caught and like literally trying to. It's happened like 5-6 times today. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh no.
And I think when I tried to record the introduction, I said, hello everyone, welcome back to podcast almost number 45. As we started on today's episode, please sit back and enjoy the show. I can't even make that little bit without having this stupid voice thing. Like, it's just stupid keep pausing, and you don't know why it happens, and you're midway time.
Oh yeah,
Jesus.
Our bus driver was nice enough to give me
Yeah.
And I tell you, it was melted, but like melted enough that it was so soft to chew. Oh my god, that was so soft
Yeah,
to chew.
because so I go on the bus, and the bus driver's like, help yourself. I'm like, oh, thank
She
you.
gives us candy, period.
Yeah, and it's like, thank you. And, I got my little piece of chocolate, and adding on to that piece of chocolate. And third, when I had,
gave her some.
when we were working on, fixing up our projects and everything, she was like, hey, do you want this? I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, thank you. I said, will it melt? And we were talking about bad eyesight for a while. We were just talking about, relatable things. And she was like, the most relatable thing is when you do this.
Oh.
I'm like, oh, my God. I can't tell you how relatable that is. Because I'm taking it off, and you know how when you complain, when you poke yourself in the eye. I'm trying to see, and I poke myself in the eye. Jesus! Like, it goes right there.
Yep, I'm not even looking.
Like, when my eye is open, and so I have, like, watery eyes and blurry vision. Oh, God!
Yeah, no, I poked myself in the eye.
And we were...
I don't poke myself in the eye. My life is done now. My god damn it.
Like, we were putting on the glasses, or, oh, yeah, but, so we were talking about some relatable stuff with glasses. We were talking about how Miss Peters is annoying. We're like talking about, she does have some annoying quirks.
Yes.
And oh my god, she said the scariest thing. When we were working on a project, she got like annoyed at something on her watch, I don't know. She said, oh my god, I wish there was a window so I could jump. I'm like, Miss Peters!
Girl, you terrifying.
I'm like, I had a crap morning. I don't want to jump. Jesus! And I was like, oh my god! I turned back to my friend. Oh my god, Miss Peters just said that. She said, oh my god! Like, good god! Like, why are you saying you want to jump? Like, you're a teacher. You said that just in front of students. What are you gonna do if you actually jump?
Okay, yeah.
That's creepy.
Yeah.
I found that highly creepy and, weird that she would say that out loud. But now, how me and Donny are doing after surgery.
My head.
Wow. After surgery, I'm doing great. It's been like
Like week. Not even a week, I don't think.
like 5 days for me.
How, really?
It's been fine. I haven't felt pain in the back of my throat. I've been doing completely fine. Just cancer shit in the way, but other than that, nothing else, nothing bad complications from surgery, so I'm good. Doc?
Very
Hey.
short, 'cause nothing really
Yeah.
happened.
Just wanted to add that in there, just for an extra bullet point. So, me and Donny, or I, am doing awesome after surgery. If you guys don't know, I had like 3 days.
Surgery and esophagus.
I had 3 days of crazy crap. Tuesday, I think.
Was esophagus
Yeah,
surgery.
Tuesday was esophagus surgery. Wednesday was wrist surgery. And then Thursday was a whole chemo session. So, those 3 days. Yeah, 3 days were packed with medical, and I normally don't have that. I normally, can rest for a couple days before I have a chemo session, but that was just packed. And surprisingly, I was doing super well. The day after esophagus surgery, I was able to fully speak.
Talk, eat,
And yeah.
swallow.
Yeah, talk, eat, swallow, everything. And wrist surgery went way much better. I literally woke up with no pain. I'm like, either my sensation of feeling internally has gotten worse, or I just got out free smoothing, or smooth cruising.
Free smoothing.
Free cruising. I don't know. Free cruising.
That's the
is
funniest shit I've ever heard.
free
smoothing.
free cruising. Is that? I don't know. I'm not gonna try to tempt with
I
phrases.
don't know.
But for me, the reason why I get this wrist surgery is because I became a quadriplegic C4, C5, C8 quadriplegic about 53 years ago. So that's a long time. I know, 20 years.
Damn.
Oh my god. I became a quadriplegic at 20 years old. My injury was complete, so all body parts below the neck would be affected. and I still identify.
Identify as controversial.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, but so basically my injury is still complete. Just because I've recovered is not because my vertebrae have been corrected or anything, or somehow a miracle happened. I became like a C5, C6, I don't know, depending on the function I have. But no, I'm still a complete injury. Not like Big Donny though. His injury is more worse than mine.
Yep.
Mine are just complete in different areas and made me a complete quadriplegic since they're all in the cervical region of the spine. And I had therapy for my wrist for 3 years after I woke up, which was at 30, and then continued all the way until 32 until Mathew and me got married. And then I discontinued. Now that's it. I mainly discontinued because I didn't like it anymore. It was like, my wrists are going to get bended anyway. Why not, why not just break the septum? And then, funny how, after years later, I realized my wrist barely moved. Because I wasn't getting surgeries to stretch out the ligaments in my wrist.
You just fucked your life up.
Oh, come on.
You're really making it a mission and a goal to have less movement.
No,
You're young yourself at least.
that was when I was about 38. So it's only been like 6 years or 5 years since I had stopped treatment or, stopped physical therapy for my wrist or splints. What?
This 73 hasn't been 8 years.
Donny, I said 38.
I thought you meant from like 38 all the way to 73.
No, I stopped therapy for my wrist at 33.
Oh, okay.
And I only at 38 did I start feeling the pain and not be able to move as well in my wrist. I was like, hey,
That's odd.
I was like, hey babe, like I can't really move my wrist as I did literally yesterday. Other than the fact that I was severely weak and could barely move them, I couldn't move them at the capacity I used to. So we check out with, I can't remember what the doctor was called, but it was a type of doctor that specializes in ligaments and wrists and muscles. I guess maybe bone structure, movement, I don't know. So, we get that checked out and they try to stretch my wrist and it's very tight. Meaning the ligaments doesn't have elasticity anymore. So that means just basically they don't stretch as well and make you move your wrist. And my wife has elasticity in her ligaments, meaning she can use tenodesis. Basically, the muscles that use tenodesis have atrophied for me since I haven't used them in many, many years. Because keep in mind I wasn't complete, so I lost those muscles anyway. I couldn't use tenodesis at all, but when I regained that type of tenodesis, it was too far gone, and the muscles had atrophied and completely died. So
That's fine.
I can barely use tenodesis now. Like we're talking about like a centimeter away from the bare where my wrist rests. Is how far I can kind of maybe rarely move my wrist. So my tenodesis muscles have essentially died. The muscles creating tenodesis, and Donny's have too because he hasn't used them in like 5-6 months. So he hasn't used those, and basically he can't use tenodesis until he regains function, and then is able to work up that
Can't
tenodesis.
use my fingers,
Yeah.
Can't use my arms. Can't use my chest. Can't use my legs.
okay.
Can't use my eyes.
Do you know what tenodesis is, Donny? Yep. Yeah. Okay, good. Making sure you knew.
I don't know an example, like.
Yeah, but for
I know
me,
what it is.
but for me and Donny, we don't have that whole muscle anymore because we're complete quadriplegics, in the cervical region, and we happen to get complete. And so I've lost that function, but I regained it through physiotherapy, and when I did, it was too far gone. I had let the muscles die because I didn't do any work, and plus it was already 11 years into my coma, so I didn't work on that either. And the nurse would prop up my wrist, but that wouldn't do anything. It was just wither away on a mat. Woo, go! I know. Prop it up, thinking to do something. She looks like she's slaying, but just in a coma. Period. Oh my god.
Period.
So by 38, I noticed some pain, got it checked out by a doctor. By 40, I got my ever first wrist surgery. That would continue on at the time every 2 months.
This is one bullet point doc?
Yes. It's
just
fine.
explained the whole wrist surgery
I know,
story.
it's fine. It's just me. I'm explaining why I need wrist surgery because I haven't accurately explained it in any other videos. So, I one time did a short, brief video on this was, I need this wrist surgery because I'm disabled. That's all the real explanation I really gave. I'm a twat. But for me, I'm just explaining the whole backstory of it so people can know. At 20 years old, I went through Coma.
Oh, shit, I need wrist surgery tomorrow.
I told you.
Oh, shit. For real, that's tomorrow, babe? Oh, damn.
Right.
Damn. That's tomorrow? Oh, hell no. I forgot about that stupid shit.
I was thinking, you had an upcoming wrist surgery, didn't you?
Damn. Has it only been that long?
Yep.
Well, I need wrist surgery tomorrow.
Alright.
So speaking, I told you.
Okay, but for me, I'm going to explain the whole timeline. 20 years old, I fell into a coma. 11 years into a coma. I woke up at 30, paralyzed from the neck down. Don't have that tenodesis muscle anymore, and my ligaments are very tight. Go through 3 years of therapy from my mom and dad, and helped me regain function in the top half of my body, which is incredible strength and growth, and I'm super happy they did that for me. And then 33, I discontinued my stretching and my therapy for my wrist. And I'm like, I can do that later and I won't care. 38, I find challenges with my wrist. 40 years old, I finally get my first ever wrist surgery. And until 44 years old, I had them every single 2 months. Since the damage done to my wrist had already been like 20 plus years.
No.
Like of damage, pure damage. So I couldn't, do anything about it. So I had to get wrist surgery every 2 months. Which, for me, in about 4 months, I would have 4 surgeries. Esophagus surgery and wrist surgery. So 4 surgeries in 4 months. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, in 2 months.
Yeah.
It's just insane. So that continued till 44, and then at 44 and a half, I started getting them every single 4 months. So ever since 44 and a half, I've been successfully getting wrist surgeries every 4 months. And that's a big, major increase from what I would have it. Because in a year, I would have it about 6 times, rather than about 3.
Yeah.
We're talking about 3 or... Yeah, 3. Yeah, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of having it 3 times in 6 months, I have it 3 times in a full year. So, been a lifesaver for me in time-wise. Esophagus surgery still the same because I can't really discontinue that. But ever since 44 and a half, I've been shining bright with wrist surgery every 4 months. I've missed it, sadly, however, not this time, but last time. I missed it for a whole 2 months after the whole 4 months. So, essentially, I had that surgery 4 months, and I didn't think about time. We check back on the video. 6 months ago, I died. So I literally missed the whole wrist surgery schedule by 2 months. So, hooray.
Beautiful.
Hooray for me. So now I just need to wait another 4 months until I get wrist surgery. So wrist surgery vlogs aren't coming out like crazy. They are now because Donny has one this Tuesday, and then I had mine last Wednesday or Tuesday. Wednesday, sorry. So, yeah, it's been a crazy whirlwind of surgeries this past week. Promise you it'll get better for about a month from now, from esophagus surgery. So, only a month left. But, now to Preston. Nope. How our first day of college went.
Today?
Dang, that you talked so long. So, my first day of college went well. I figured out I have 5 tests this week.
Damn. What the fuck? What 5?
3 quizzes / tests for Spanish and 1 project. Then I need 2 tests, like 2 quizzes in other classes, like history. And yeah, so I have like 5-6 tests today. 5 tests this week and a project. We're not maxing out this week. We're just doing normal regular workouts.
history class went normal, fine. It was fun talking to Miss Flora and everything. And so my day at college went fine. Like, it was a normal but chill day.
That's good. For me, my day of college went, I guess, okay. First period was chill, no teacher, just a substitute, done my work, done some assignments, and then head on to second, had fun outside with Slow, so funny. Incredibly funny. Me and Donny and Slow were all dying of laughter. We were laughing, like, quite literally. And then third period, I finished the rest of my river racing project. So happy I don't need to worry about that anymore. So happy. And probably can just sit down, chill, and do whatever notes or assignments Miss Peters has us do, which is way better than some stupid project. Task number 4. Had fun casually hearing about rules, and then done 11 patients. Casually chilling there, done their history and everything. Figured out what hospital infection was there. Normal. That's like literally normal. So everything went normal in fourth. Literally went by kinda fast. Yeah, this college day went insanely fast in the first period for some odd reasons. Like 10. Jesus. So yeah, college went fine. Not the morning though.
Yeah.
And hopefully tomorrow I don't wake up with this stupid sore throat thing. Yeah, so we'll just see. Now, Preston talking to me. This is very little and kind of a crappy bullet point, but we had to make it a bullet point. Because Preston is a student at a college who doesn't talk to me, and that's fine. But today he had chose to talk to me. And keep in mind, I don't treat people who talk to me meanly. I don't even treat him meanly, but the things his past with me and my my friend, Jesus, I can't. I don't know. I'm having strokes. I can't even speak today. I'm like annoying, but just with the history with our friends and me, he just makes it, annoying.
Yeah.
Sorta. And I know I keep hitting this. Everything's annoying. Jesus. And then,
Are you okay?
yes, I'm fine. It's just every little thing I'm like this. I just keep hitting the microphone things and keep stuttering and sore throat and annoyance things little today. And then Preston comes up and he says, "Hey, bestie."
He literally said that to me. It was so awkward.
In
Hey, bestie. I'm like,
in that cringy voice. I'm like, I'm so sorry, Preston. That's not your phrase.
hey, bestie. I'm
He's like, "Hey, bestie."
he literally said it like that to me. I was like,
And I have my phone. I'm so, oh, I looked away. And then he says, "Hey, bestie." And then
it really makes it cringe.
Yeah, gives me a fist bump, me walk down awkwardly down the hallway. He's saying some stuff I can understand, and then half the other words, I'm like, what?
What?
I'm not making fun of people with speech impediments, no way. I'm not trying to, at least. But God, I can't understand what he said. I was like, yep, I have no idea what you're saying, just get to class. So I head to class, and he's like, and I was like, okay, see ya, and he's like, see ya. I was like, okay, that was
Awkward as fuck.
very awkward. I've never had that happen to
We're
me.
not friends with him.
No. And
God,
then
no.
I'd just be neighborly, I guess. And then I go to class, and that's normal. And that was basically it. I don't know if it will happen Tuesday, but if it does, we might mention it during the next podcast or whenever it happens throughout the week and update y'all. So, now is how the following situation is going. Yeah, how the following situation is going. Sorry, I had...
Yeah, how's the following?
Sorry, I got confused. I thought it was meaning that situation. How the following situation is going.
What situation?
The Preston talking.
Okay.
And so I had thought that bullet point wasn't recognizing with this. I was like, what?
Okay. Yeah, we're going to continue that. So, a couple days ago, I informed y'all that me and Wayne were being followed from this boy, who I still don't know the name of. And we do not consider to be friends with him, because it's now just downright creepy. This is a story that we told you a couple days ago, and we informed you about that me and Donny and me and William and Floor have been getting...
So many strokes.
Okay, Doc.
I was just saying.
Okay.
I was like, God.
Okay, so...
I'm good.
So, this happened maybe 4 or 6 days ago, and he's still following us. It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
That's true.
And so, at the crack of dawn, when Floor is at the bus stop, I'm not at her bus stop. He's waiting there, watching her every move.
It's creepy.
Watching her from her house. He's sitting there at the bus stop, looking
God.
straight at only Floor's house and watching her get out the door.
That's terrifying, dude.
Who does that? Who does that? He watches her, and then when she's at the bus stop, he keeps glancing and looking at her every move. And he's like, hello, hey, 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 hey. Keeps trying to get her attention every single moment. And she's sitting there awkward as fuck, like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm not at her house nor at a bus stop. I can't control that. Nor me and William. He doesn't follow us there. And then on the bus stop, he looks at Floor for the whole 20-30 minutes. Oh, that's creepy. Why the fuck are you doing that to my friend? That's weird as fuck. Bitch. And he tries to make small talk, and if not, he just looks at Floor the whole awkward 30 minutes on the bus on the way to school. Then college, he then follows Floor up the steps, so this is literally every lurking moment from once they wake up. And if he sees me or William, he turns his head and says, hello, hello, and then walks towards me, and then follows me. Fuck! Luckily, I don't see his ass because he follows Floor. Can you stop? And so while he's following Floor's ass because he can't follow both of us at the same time, he sometimes looks at me as I'm going to Mr. Henson's class. As I walk by, still there. Then I don't see him till the end of English. Which is creepy. At the end of third period, I don't see his ass. I'm like, okay, great. He peers out of a random corner. Ah! Where the fuck did you get here? The only time he doesn't follow me and Floor is when we're in a classroom where we are not allowed to leave. Nor him. And I don't know where he is. He could be very close nearby. It's creepy. It's creepy as fuck. I'm like, okay, well, I don't see him. I'm free for 3 hours. Peers again. Dude! It's like I see your face every fucking couple hours. Back off! And so, he normally sits at our table. And it's like 80 plus degrees outside. Hell no. And so, he's sitting there waiting for us. You ain't gonna move anywhere else? She's gonna sit in that exact same spot. And so he's waiting there for us. And as we approach, he's like, hello! Hello! We're not your friend. Why are you here every single day? I get if you want to be a friend, just say that, but damn, you're being creepy as fuck about it. Learn to back off. I'm sorry. But it's creepy as shit. It's literally making me and Floor uncomfortable as fuck. When we see him, we get uncomfortable because he's been following us for the past week. I'm not kidding.
It's so creepy.
It's creepy as fuck. And so we sit there and we just awkwardly... Did you know William's shaking up his salad? I'm just sitting there waiting for a couple salad bites. And Floor's eating her food. And hello! Every minute he wants to make a conversation. And it just gets worse if we don't talk with him. Because then he's just going to keep nagging us. And then, why aren't you answering? And ask a million questions every minute. How are you feeling today? How was your weekend? How was this? How was this? I get that you want to ask our weekend, and we'll answer that in a heartbeat. My weekend was chill. But then he wants to go more in depth. Why? I already told you how my weekend went. Chill, hanging out with family and friends. There you go. That's all you need to know. Right? And so he keeps asking questions every moment he gets. He also talks his face off. I'm telling you, for the whole 30 minutes, there may be 2 minutes he doesn't talk. I talk. I'm autistic. I talk. Of course I talk all the time. But come on. I want to talk to Flora for 5 minutes out of the 30 minutes we got.
25 to be.
And one thing that still creeps me the fuck out is like, imagine if you didn't see me or didn't talk to me and you saw my dead body / corpse in a basement. Dude, who says that?
What?
It was silent and we weren't saying anything for 5 minutes. And he's like, what if you stopped talking to me and you saw my dead body and corpse in a basement? Who says that?
I don't know any normal person
I'm like,
to say that.
I just went, what? I just turned to him. I was like, what? I was like, well, that's a very random subject to come up, right? He's like, ha. Don't laugh. That was
Don't
creepy.
laugh, that's like
And then, I was like, well, that was a little creepy. And Flora and I just went, huh? I just looked at Flora like, dude. And so he's been following us, lurking us around for the past 6 days. It felt so long. This started Monday. It's now next Monday. It's been going on for a week. And so today, me and Flora had the bright idea to just go outside. I didn't see him. Hooray, he didn't fall. He didn't follow us. He didn't follow us outside. He didn't follow us back to his room. I'm like, great, we finally have one normal lunch without him falling. He's just standing there. We up come the corner, me and William and Flora, and we see him standing there near Mr. Fairclaw's door. And he, hello! Fuck. He followed us again. So almost all day he's following us.
God.
And he talks his head off every single time. And he's like, hey, he said, where were y'all? He wondered where we were. Meaning that whole lunch he was questioning where the fuck we were. Fuck! He's gonna find out soon!
Wait, so he doesn't know y'all eat outside?
He doesn't know that yet. And we didn't tell him, but he found out. And now he might follow us. Fuck!
So he's gonna find out soon.
Yeah. He's gonna ask her a question. He's gonna ask that question, where were y'all? Why did you eat with me? You weren't in the normal spot. Where were y'all? And I was like, I wasn't saying where we were because I didn't want to. Because I knew his ass was going to follow us again. I'm like, shut the fuck up. That's actually creepy as fuck.
It's like you're wanting to be a desperate friend.
He's desperate. He wants our attention constantly. And like, how did you get there? How did you get in the corner? Why are you just standing in the corner waiting for my ass to approach?
Just say stop following us.
And so we just outside. He didn't follow us. In history, we was just standing there and we were in the hall. And Flora notices him and we're like, we can't walk past without him noticing us. Because he turned his head and saw us. But he's like, where were y'all? Y'all weren't in the normal spot. He asked us 4 questions in the matter of a minute. And Florence like, go. And me and William just start strolling on out of there. And he didn't. And we were a little later than usual because William kind of had to help assist with Flora with her sore legs today. So he wasn't waiting for us. But God forbid, every day he sees Flora from her house, walks and stares at Flora for an uncomfortable 10 minutes waiting for the bus, then stares at her again for another uncomfortable 30 minutes on the bus, or tries to make small talk multiple times. Then he notices me and Flora on the steps and then always follows us and then talks to us and then walks with us for the rest of the way, whichever way we're going, upstairs or downstairs. Then we go to first and second, fine. After the end of third, he's lurking around our every little corner to find us at lunch, in any other spot. Then he finds our spot and sits an awkward 5 minutes waiting for our ass, and then he's just sitting there like, hey, and then he talks his head off and doesn't stop for 30 minutes and talks about his dead body, corpse basement. what the fuck? And then, after he falls and touches my shoulder all the way there, uncomfortable, and touches my skin, uncomfortably for the next, 3 minutes walking to history. Then he looks at us the rest of the way we're strolling down to history class, and as he says goodbye and waves goodbye, and stares at us uncomfortably, and watches and turns his head every move we make. Then, at the end of the history class, he's right there waiting for us. The fuck, he almost follows us around every day. Every day for the past week, almost the whole time, 8 hours, and uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable almost 2 hours with that bitch.
Oh, God.
Every day, he never stops, never misses. But today was more free without him because we just went a different way. But soon, he's gonna find out that way. He's gonna soon find out, and he's gonna follow us there. And then the routine will start up again. Fuck!
You better just keep going that way.
Okay, me and Flora are putting to it, but it's going to be 86 degrees. I get headaches, fatigue, and dehydration out in the hotness, because I felt a little weird after that, because I'm not used to 80-degree weather sitting out there, and I felt so tired in history because of that way. For 30 minutes. And, yeah, and he called us. He probably needs Kool-Aid or something. Sorry, Doc. He's just following us for an uncomfortable 8 hours a day, and it's just really getting out of hand. So if it doesn't stop soon, for real, me and Flora will have to say something. Because we're too nice, and we don't want him to take it the wrong way, because it will escalate bigger. But he is nice. But he's just way too desperate for friends. Like, we're talking a desperate amount. And who just says, oh yeah, I want to see my dead body in a corpse? Oh, what? In a basement? Nobody says that. Or not supposed to. So he just has really weird conversations about death and shit. And his corpse dead body in a basement. What the fuck? And just watching us from our houses. Sorry! We're not your friends. You've only known us for a week. Why are you acting like you've known us for 5 years? Stop! And so soon he's going to figure out our location, and so he's going to keep asking in an uncomfortable situation. Where were y'all? Just going to keep asking. So, sorry if I went on a huge rant about it. I'm sorry about that, guys. But it for real needed to be addressed. And it's just a very uncomfortable, awkward, weird stage. So, I do not recommend this on anybody, whether you be followed, whatever. I do not wish this on my worst enemy. So the following situation is getting worse, and it's not getting better. So we'll have to deal with that. But other than that, I think that's not all, because I have to wait for Doc to get back and see what bullet points are left. I'm just gonna sit here awkwardly with y'all for the next 2 minutes. What happened?
Oh, I just needed to fix that some more Kool-Aid and grab Mom's Coke out of the freezer.
Nice. So, was there any other bullet points? Because I'm done with the stocking.
No.
Okay.
Well, after an eventful 4 days, which is crazy how this all happened in 4 days, lots of things literally happened to us in 4 days, and we don't even realize until we only check the last podcast, and we're like, holy shit, it hasn't even been a week. So I swear, every single 4 days or a week, so much crap happens. Yep. Like, literally in a week, we could expect a chemo round, and a day prior to another chemo round, so hasn't gotten to the point that we do 2 a week. Only do 2 every 8 days. So, so I think that's going to end it for today's podcast episode. Thanks so much for watching podcast episode number 45. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.